Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. I'm making a video here to explain to you the steps that we use to create a beautiful WordPress portfolio site. I'm doing it by a video because some of this can be a little complex. I've already created a tutorial, which you have here on the screen, and I just wanted to follow this tutorial along with you so that if you get confused at any point you can look at the video or stop and see what I clicked on. So here we go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make this tutorial showing you how to take this horrible looking dead blog that I have. I called it the Brad Pitt of blogs, and it certainly doesn't live up to that name, but I'm going to take some steps here to turn it into something lovely and clean and crisp, very similar to this professionally designed portfolio site here. So we're going to turn this into this in about 20 steps. So play along and stop if you have any questions or if you get confused at any point. Here we go. Okay, well, the first step that you should do is to plan out your site. This is true in any work that we do, any kind of visual design, but I'm going to assume at this point that you've got a plan in mind. You know how your blog, how you want your blog to look and how you want it to work, and for me that plan is going to be basically to copy this blog. So here we go. The first thing that we're going to do is I want you to make sure that on WordPress you are working from the black dashboard view. Okay, so now I'm trying to find a theme that will work for my portfolio page, and I have a couple of things in mind. First of all, I'm trying to copy out this professional portfolio page, and one of the things I notice is that it's got an area where I could do a custom header or a custom icon, and it also has the menu buttons centered here up at the top. Many of the portfolio pages in WordPress will have these menu buttons kind of hidden away, and I don't want that this time. So let's go back and we'll browse our themes. I've looked at a number of these. First of all, you'll see that some of the really cool ones cost money. We don't want to spend any money, so we're going to click on this button that says free over here, and that will reorder ours. And I've already looked at several of these sites. I've decided to focus on one called Apostrophe. You don't have to choose this one. Many will work, but this one works for me because it's clean. I like clean stuff. It's clear. It looks to have a area for an icon, and it seems to have the menu buttons as I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this one, and I'll select that. And now let's go take a look at what it looks like. So I'm going to view my site. Okay, and already we've got something a little bit better than what we had. So I'm going to go to Customize, and let's see if we can make this look more like we intend. So right now it's kind of junky. I've got all kinds of junk on the screen and a pretty ugly header here. So I can either navigate by clicking on an edit button up here, or I can look at these custom design options. So let's take a look. First I could go to site title tagline. You can see that I've already uploaded this little logo here. It's not very good, but I could choose whatever I want. And right now I'm using the display header text option. So this is text that has literally been written on the WordPress theme. And it works okay for me, and I could also add a tagline, you know, whatever I wanted. But so I could save and publish that. That would be okay. It's not actually what I'm going to do right now because I have another option, and that option is I can, oops, I lost it. I'm going to customize again, and this time I'm going to go straight to header image. If I click on header image, you'll see that it offers me an option of uploading my own image, and it's telling me this optimal size for it. In this case, that's 1048 pixels wide by 214 pixels long. So let's go make our own, and we're going to do that. You could do that in InDesign, Photoshop, or Illustrator. I'm going to choose Illustrator, and I've already gone here, and you can see that I have created something that I already know the pixel size is exactly this pixel size that we talked about. I put in this little logo, please don't judge, I did this in a couple of minutes, and I tried to duplicate the script font of our sample website. Now I hate script fonts, so I wouldn't actually do this, but again I'm trying to look at the example. So I've got this created in Illustrator. I'll go to File, Save for Web, and I would save this as a PNG 24. You can see the width and the height are correct, and I hit Save. And I'm going to call this banner 6, save, good. Okay, so that's done. Let's get back to WordPress. And so let's finish out, let's go ahead and edit this here. Back to Customize, and I'm going to go to Header Image, click, and it says Add New Image. And here I've already uploaded this in advance, so you guys would have to go to Upload Files. I've already uploaded it. I'm clicking on the image I just made. I'll hit Select and Crop. You can see it would allow me to make this smaller if I wanted. Not sure what this would look like on the site, but so I'm just going to leave this as it is. And I'm going to say Skip Cropping. And now I can see, okay, that looks pretty much as I intend it to. Sounds good. All right, now let's go back to our portfolio tutorial here. So I've planned out my site. I created a new site. Actually, I grabbed an old one, but you'll create a new one. I chose a theme. Now it says I'm supposed to upload my work here. So let's go show how this is really the nuts and bolts of how this is supposed to work. So if you did not have this portfolio option available to you, the way you'd look at it is you would go to Settings and Writing, and if you scroll down, you'll see that the Portfolio Projects checkbox may not be checked in yours. You'll have to go in and check that, save changes. All right, and here we go. So Portfolio, and I've already created some dummy ones, but I'll create a new one just so you can see how we do it. So I'm going to say Add. I will give it a title. And some text. And I will add a featured image. Okay, and that all looks good. I like to get rid of all these little extra check marks. Discussion, I don't want that. Likes and shares, no. I like my stuff to be really clean without all the cluttering elements. And so now I'm going to say publish. Okay, that's looking pretty good right now. The next thing we will want to do is we want to set a front page for our website, because WordPress allows us to either have a front page or to order websites by whatever post we've put on first. So we want a static front page. Let's go make that happen. Again, we're going to go to Appearance and Customize. Now we're going to go to the one that says Static Front Page. Click on that, and I get to choose a front page here. So I've created a couple. I've done two different ones because I want you to see some options. Okay, so one will be one that I put no front page, no title on at all. I just had a total blank. The title of my page itself was just blank. Another one where I put the words welcome. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. You can see that one of the things I don't like about this blank one is sometimes this is really nice because it doesn't end up adding a title right here that says something like home page or whatever. But the problem is that when you add it up into the menu button, sometimes you get these clunky, ugly little things. So in this case, I'm going to choose the one that says welcome. And I will save and publish. And when I look at this, now I get Prof. Pat Howe, I get some ugly menu buttons I'll have to fix, the word welcome, and then this text that I typed into the page, the welcome page itself. And then suddenly I have these, my themes are starting to appear right here. So working pretty much like I want. Let's take a look at what's making this appear this way. So we're going to go into the page itself. that says welcome, and I'll click edit on it. Now, so all you see here is I've got the title welcome, I've got that little introductory stuff, and then all I have is this little bit of short code, bracket, portfolio, close bracket. And that's getting the results that we're seeing on the site. It's basically telling WordPress to go in and find anything that has been put up into the portfolio area and to display it. Now, if I don't add additional instructions, it will include some words. Sometimes it'll include some tags if I have them, and it'll also only do this 2-column layout. I can change how all of this appears, however. I could clean this up a little bit more. And I'm going to click out to, going back to the tutorial. One of the first links I gave you was this WordPress shortcode link. So if you click on that, you end up at this page right here. And it's basically just a library of the different commands that you can use. These might be confusing when you look at them at first, but let's take a look at this example. So I'm going to just copy out this example code, Command C, and now instead of just having the word portfolio, I'm going to add to it. I'll paste everything I have. So let's look at what these do. Portfolio, you already know what that is. Now this is saying display types. So if I had codes on each of the posts that said what type of project they are, kind of like, it works basically how category tags work in traditional WordPress blogs. They would show up here. I haven't put that in yet. I'm going to do that next. So right now, so even though it says equals true, and that means show display types, there's nothing there to show. And the same thing, I can also put in tags, which is really basically the same thing as when you put tags on your WordPress posts. And here it says don't show those, false. And then include what type. Well, again, if I had already set type, it would show those. Right now, because nothing's here, it's showing everything. But look down here, it says columns, 3, show posts, so a total number of posts is 10, and order by equals title. I could also order this by, so it's going to go alphabetically by title as this. I could also order that by date or some other attributes. So, okay, there we go. So you'll see now that it cleaned it up a little bit. I have 3 columns. I still have all this type here, so I'm going to go back and re-edit that. How did that go again? Display content. Okay, let's see if that makes a difference. And it did. So now I've got my all my projects showing with pictures, but no content at all. So depending on what you want, this might be the way you want to organize it. The point here is that we can get rid of that. We can make a lot of adjustments based on the code that we use. Okay, moving on. Now let's get to the point where we can add some category tags, and this will get us to the final part, which is going to be to add a menu. Again, I'm going to switch back to the traditional view. Okay, so I've got my portfolio pages, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go into one of these projects. It's going to make things a little easier for me. Whoops, I didn't want to add new. My mistake. All projects. I'm going to click into one of these to edit it. And notice that I have an option to project types, add new project types. Okay, so this is a way of organizing these, and here's the way it's going to work. So I'm going to say add new project type. One of these I'm just going to call design. Okay, so that'll be basically a parent project of everything. Okay, so add new project type. Now I'm going to add another one that is going to be Illustrator, and that's going to be live under design, add new project type. And another one's I'm going to add a new project type here, which is going to be Photoshop. Again, lives under design. And I'm actually going to unclick that because this isn't a Photoshop work. And then I'm going to add a third one that's going to say InDesign. Lives under design. And I'll do update. And whoops, unclick that one, say update again. And now everything's going to be a little bit easier, because if I go into Portfolio, All Projects again, if I want to add design types to all of these different ones, I can do it with this quick edit area. So if I click on this, I can just click the ones that I think are appropriate. So if I wanted to say that this one was Photoshop, update, and quick edit the next one, say that that's Photoshop, update, call this next one Illustrator, update. Good, okay, very good. Now let's add some menu options, because we are going to go to Appearance and Menus. And you see that you can basically drag and drop things into menu structures. So let's see here. All this looks okay. I'm going to take these things out. I don't want them. Well, maybe I have to do this. I'm going to drop down and say Remove. Drop down and say Remove. Don't want any of this junk. Remove. Okay, so I've got an About page. That sounds good. I've got my blog page, which is where, if I've been writing a blog, where my posts themselves will appear. I want my welcome page, which is basically going to be my home page. Add that to menu. Now we're going to go to the projects area, and we can nestle these. Let's see, I'll do this through project types. So I'm going to add all of these, and once I add them to the menu, they should nestle just the way they look here. Whoop, they didn't. Now I'm going to make them. And I do that just by dragging them over. Okay, everything looks good. I've got an About page, I've got a Welcome page, so I'll do Welcome, About, My Blog, Design, Illustrator, and Photoshop. Remember, I'm trying to mirror this guy's work here. So he's got a home page, About, his portfolio page, his blog, Hire Me, and Press. I'm not going to do all of those right now, but enough that we can get the idea. So I'm on menus. That all looks good. I have to remember to save the menu. And let's take a look at how this looks and how it works. Okay, so here's what I've got. I've got Prof. Pat How, and I've got these little menu buttons. And when I hover over Design, I can see I can organize by Illustrator or Photoshop. And so I've got my Welcome page. That's my home page right now. I've got this About page. I don't even remember what I put here. Something. Got my blog. Well, let's see. Yeah, that's organizing based on posts I've done in the past. And now I've got this design option, and if I click on this, I can see just Illustrator, so it's showing me just project type Illustrator, and it's showing me just project type Photoshop, or it should show me, if I click on the design one, everything. So I can either see everything, or I can see little bits of things. And let's see, I know there's more that you might want to know how to do, but for now I think this is a good overview, and maybe as long as anybody wants to sit and listen to me do a video. So we'll do the rest in class. I hope that's been helpful to you, and you can use it to play along with this tutorial that I've already uploaded. Hopefully it'll help it all make sense and let you create a beautiful WordPress portfolio site.